Good morning. This is Dr. Chris Ebert Santos from Ebert Family Clinic, and today we're going to talk about vaccines. Autumn, then winter, we can't be outside as much anymore. We're going to want to visit Grandma for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Inevitably, school's open, coronavirus is going to spike again, and we don't have a vaccine yet. Will it be 6 months? Will it be 12 months? For children, I'm sure it'll be 2 years before we have a vaccine. And the vaccine development has been rushed at an incredible pace compared to previous vaccine developments. For example, right now in our clinic, we are doing a phase 3 study of an infant vaccine that prevents pneumococcal infections. Now, we've known about this pneumococcal bacteria for more than 100 years. We've known about the diseases it causes for 200 years. And we've had a great vaccine that we've been giving to kids for 20 years. And that vaccine probably took 30 years to develop. When we first started vaccinating children against the pneumococcal bacterial infections like meningitis, blood infections, and bone infections, it really made a big difference. Babies didn't get sick anymore. We didn't have to do so many spinal taps. We weren't putting in IVs and seeing them in the ER with fevers. It made a tremendous difference, not only for the babies, but for the grandparents, because grandparents used to die of pneumococcal infections that they got from the children around them. So even older people are protected by this childhood vaccine. And there's a pneumococcal vaccine for older people too. Every decade, they've made improvements on this vaccine, as with other vaccines. In 2010, they expanded the coverage to 13 different serotypes, and this phase 3 study that we're involved in now expands it to 20 serotypes. So we have a well-known, perfectly safe, long-developed vaccine in a phase 3 study at our office that we are recruiting families with infants around 2 months old, and families are being reimbursed for their time of coming in and participating in this study. Now, let's look at the coronavirus vaccine. I did hear about a gentleman who goes to our church who was able to volunteer for the vaccine study in Texas. There are tens of thousands of people in the United States who are volunteering, adults, for this phase 3 study. And there are over 100 different vaccines in development for coronavirus, including a pill and a patch. So that's the phase 3 study, which will take 3 to 6 months because, first of all, they're administering the vaccine versus a placebo, as in our study at our office. You may get an inactive or you may get an active one. Then they have to wait for these people to be exposed and see if they are protected or if they get sick. And then at the end of how many months of thousands and thousands of people receiving this phase 3 experimental vaccine, they will analyze and see whether the vaccine caused any side effects and protected them against the coronavirus. So that is what we're looking at now, just for adults. The NPR story on the vaccine studies mentioned the e-diary. The e-diary is an app on your phone, or they give you an iPad with the app, where every evening after you receive the vaccine, you take your temperature and record any side effects or potential side effects that you might feel. In babies, we're looking for irritability, poor feeding, sleepiness, redness or swelling at the site of the injection. And in adults, I'm sure they're asking 100 different questions, including headaches and muscle aches and every other kind of potential side effect from these vaccines. So that's a little glimpse into the process of vaccine development. Ebert Family Clinic has been doing research for many years, and we are very honored that we were chosen by this vaccine company, Pfizer, to do this phase 3 study on the pneumococcal vaccine in infants. We do anticipate that we will be invited to do a coronavirus vaccine study sometime in the future. Check out our website, ebertfamilyclinic.com, and our blog, highaltitudehealth.com, for a lot more information, all the exciting things we have going on at Ebert Family Clinic.